Hello, Divine Feminine, and welcome to your power message for Tuesday. Sending you so much love. So I'm going to bring in two powerful card decks for you because you are a goddess. You are a divine queen of your journey. Doesn't matter whether you are a guy or a gal, you are this powerful empress, this high priestess, this intuitive being. So because of that, I'm going to bring in the Queen of the Moon Oracle. And we've just experienced the full moon and, you're harnessing your emotions right now, which makes you the queen or king of your moon. And we're going to bring in the goddess cards, a really beautiful deck. So we're going to connect with these energies and then we're going to be doing the book. And later on today, I'm going to do a reading with my new decks of cards, the messages from the other side and Divine Masculine and Spirit Oracle, and a few other decks. I'm going to do a powerful pick-a-pile with messages from the other side. So messages from your loved ones in heaven. If you've been waiting for a message, then it just may be in there for you. But right now, let's see what you need to know. So thank you, angels. What's the energy, please, around the Divine Feminine on this day? The energy, please, around the Divine Feminine on this day. Wow. So I've got to feel that's the main one. And then what's the energy, please, around the Divine Feminine? Wow, love it that we've just got a few cards coming out. Very powerful. So the first energy then is, sometimes we are like the sun and the moon. It takes darkness before our light can emerge. Now, isn't that beautiful? Now, the sun and the moon, the yin and the yang, the polarity, the masculine and the feminine. Now, I've done a video on this because, a lot of people say that the masculine is the sun and the feminine is the moon. Now, it's your own personal beliefs, but, when I connect with my journey and the angels and what they tell me about the journey and, everything I've experienced on this journey, we can experience both because predominantly we are both energies. We are masculine and feminine, and your masculine is feminine and masculine. We have both aspects of the masculine and feminine within ourselves. So really, you are the sun and the moon. You are the sun, you are the moon, you are both. So understand the power of that, because sun is about warmth and positivity and light. And the moon is about reflection and going deep within and processing. So think about the energies. Which are you in more? You're more in the warmth and the light and the positivity. And your masculine is more in the reflection and the processing and the silence and the darkness. That's the energy. And that's because we experience that. And the feminine's light is warm like the sun. And that's why the masculines are always guided back to you. Because their life works better with you in it. Why? Because you're like the warmth of the sun. Things grow in the sun. We want to go out in the sun. The sun's out now. It's very beautiful and bright, and I just want to go in there. And it might be cold out, but it brings in that warmth. It doesn't matter how bad things seem. When the sun comes out, things feel a little bit better. So when the masculines feel your energy and are in your presence and are communicating with you or thinking about you or, connecting with you in the 5D, they feel the warmth of the sunlight. And that's what they crave. And if the sun goes away, you know how it is when you're sitting outside, maybe you're sitting outside sunbathing or you're just enjoying the sun and a big dark cloud comes over and that sun goes away. It does not feel nice. It feels cold. You may have to go inside. I want the sun to come back. That's how the masculines feel. And that's why the angels always show me the feminine as the power of the sun. And the masculines are like the power of the moon because they reflect. That means they think. They go within, they process, they work things out. But they also reflect back to the feminine things that need to be healed. Just like the feminine reflects back to the masculine what needs to be healed. And that's the mirror energy. And that's the power of the moon. When the moon is illuminating the ocean, it creates that mirrored energy. It creates that power. So this is very much about understanding why these things happen. The feminine is that warmth, so that the masculines can miss that warmth. When they go through the darkness and the separation, that's what the masculines do. So the message here is, sometimes we are like the sun and the moon. It takes darkness before our light can emerge. So in other words, in the darkness, the moon comes out. But the moon is always there. The moon is in the sky at exactly the same time as the sun, but a lot of the times it's not seen. And you're reminded of that. You're both together. You are one, but you may not see the other one. Okay, so because you have to look with brighter eyes. You have to look from a place of love, not fear. You have to look beyond the physical reality. The sun and the moon are both up there. Every now and again in the light, you'll have a glimpse of the moon. You'll be able to see it in the sky. But most of the time, as soon as it goes dark, you can then see it. And sometimes you can't see the moon in the dark because of the clouds, or there's fog, or there's things in the way. So sometimes there's things in the way of us seeing our truth. And that's why things can take time. So the message is, we have to go through the darkness to emerge once again into the light. And sometimes it takes the darkness to understand the light and to emerge into it. Take, for example, that caterpillar that goes into the chrysalis, into the darkness, thinks its life is over, and then it emerges as the beautiful butterfly into the light. It's the same with your twin. And this is what's happening with the energy of the stag turning into the eagle. The stag is the transformation energy, the promise of your union, but the transformation that can take a number of years, which is what's been happening up to this point. And the eagle is now emerging, ready to fly and come into land. So the masculines have to go through the darkness and the feminines have to go through the darkness to emerge into the light. The train's in the tunnel, but the light is at the end of the tunnel, and it's getting closer and closer and closer. So what energy do you feel you're in right now? Are you in the energy of the sun, focused on positivity and warmth and creation? Or are you in the energy of the moon, where you're reflecting and thinking and doing some deep diving? And, we're moving forward, we're moving towards the Pisces energy. So sometimes when we're operating in the Aquarius energy, things can feel out of control or up in the air, because that's the air energy. We can be up in our head, thinking, overthinking because of the air energy. Or we could feel lighter because of the air energy. We may be breathing easier. It affects everyone in different ways. But when that Pisces energy comes in connected with the water, we're going to look deep into ourselves and we're going to reflect on our life and make changes. So this is where we are and what's happening. So the energy we've got is fear. And this is powerful because, you can see how it's all being shown to you, that the moon and the way we escape the moon by focusing on the sunlight, the positive. Fear comes in at night. So it's a lot like at night where, things can seem scary in the dark, but then we put the light on and everything feels okay. It's our mind that plays tricks on us. It's our mind that goes on overdrive. It's the ego that edges the goodness out. The fear is false. It's illusion. It's a false experience appearing real. That's why when you go and watch a horror film or something happens you don't like, you maybe lie down at night and it's going around in your mind. It's going over in your mind because the fear is coming in and taking hold. And it's edging all that goodness out, all that light out of you, all the sun energy. And it's bringing in fear, what if scenarios, thinking things are worse than they actually are, thinking there's monsters in the corners of the room when there aren't. And we have to take control and illuminate ourselves again, because you are the light. So we all have darkness and light in us. That's how we've been created. And we have free will to make a choice. Are we going to operate in the darkness, or are we going to operate in the light? And that's why you have people out there that give negative advice and positive advice. If you're operating in darkness and negativity and fear, you may give out fear-based responses or a fear-based reading. Or you may be looking for the darkness or the bad in things. Whereas if you're operating in your higher power and you're operating in the light, you're looking for the blessings and things move forward. You're looking for the positives. You're trying to understand. You're finding solutions. When you're in the darkness, you seem to be adding to the problem. because it's all in the mind. It's all in perception of reality. Everything that happens to us in this life and as a twin flame is a neutral thing. It's the way we perceive it that makes it good or bad, light or dark, the sun or the moon. Because the sun and the moon both have purpose. The light and the dark both have purpose. But we have a choice what we're operating in. And we have to go through the dark times to appreciate the light. If there was no darkness, how would we understand the light? If there was no high life, if there's no lows, how would we appreciate the highs? We wouldn't, because everything has balance. And we've got life provides what you need and who you need when your soul is open and ready to receive. So this is also about the things we go through. Life will provide you with what you need and who you need when you are ready. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. But also when the teacher is ready, the student will appear. It works both ways. So this is about understanding. Life provides you, this life you have been given, that you've queued up to come down here and have. It will provide you with what you need and who you need when your soul is ready, when your soul is open and you are ready to receive. So trust the journey. If things feel stuck or trapped right now, if you're in fear, ask yourself why. It may be because you just need to look a bit closer and reflect a bit more to understand and see things in a new way and rise above the situation, and then you're focusing on the light. So the sun and the moon, the light and the dark. So sometimes we are like the sun and the moon. It takes darkness before our light can emerge, yet life will provide you with exactly what you need. And what I'm feeling with this is you and your twin are always together. Just like the sun and the moon are always together. But sometimes they're not out in the sky at the same time. So we have to understand that if we can't see them, we can always feel them. And we can always understand them in a higher point of view. And that's what the angels want you to know. So a little bit of a deep message there today, but needed. So I'm going to bring in the book today. So thank you, angels. What do we need to know? So the message is enjoy new friendships. Now this is really powerful because the angels are saying to you today, life will provide you with exactly what you need and who you need when you are ready for it. So new people could be coming into your life here. Now we are being guided to release things from our life, especially toxic relationships, friendships, things that no longer serve us. So if you've been going through a big purging and cleansing and you feel like there's nobody around you who gets you, the universe is about to bless you. So you may meet somebody and you just have that rapport and you get on and you want to spend time with them. And I'm not talking about lovers. Okay, if you're in that energy, if you think, well, right now I want a soulmate to come in, I'm ready to try out something different or something new because my masculine may be busy with a karmic partner or doing other things. If you want that, there's no reason why you can't have that. Everyone's different. Some of you will be craving love in that way, so the universe will bring in someone or something you need to fulfill you. That's why when we say to the universe, our twin flame or something better, please, sometimes we put that out there and then, wow, we receive a job offer or something happens where we can put time and energy into a new project or goal, and that's the something better in that moment. So it doesn't always have to be another person. But if you're craving connection and friendship, and you meet, say if you're a girl, a woman, a girl, I always say girl because we're all girls, we're all youthful, and you meet another girl, or even a guy who you get on with, that's the universe bringing something new in. So you're being shown that when you're ready, the right people will come in at the right time, when you're ready to receive. So we angels are your companions because we see your wonderful qualities, and many people would also enjoy getting to know you and becoming your friend. So maybe you feel like your masculines hurt you and let you down because they haven't appreciated your wonderful qualities, or they haven't been able to enjoy getting to know you because there's been a block or a delay. This is the angels reminding you that you are beautiful inside and out. There are many, many people out there who would, give anything to get to know you, And they just may do that. So you're going to have other people knocking on your door, sending you messages, hitting you up. So I feel this is definitely an energy as we're moving towards Valentine's Day, that there's the opportunity there to have fun or just be gentle with yourself, to be very playful and light-hearted, new people coming in, or people becoming new, maybe doing things in a new way. And I am feeling this is more friendships than love. Okay, there's the opportunity there if you want that, but the majority of you will be waiting for your twin, and not waiting around as in looking at your clock, wishing it was here now, just knowing that nothing else will do. You want that person and only that person, but you are open to projects and goals and new friendships and enjoying life. And that's exactly what we need to do. To attract wonderful acquaintances, develop and display the qualities that you desire in a friend. So you may meet someone at work who you get on with. You may have a rapport with someone here on the channel. We're soul family after all. We're all here for a reason. It's beautiful to me when I see some of the gorgeous friendships in the comment section that you guys may not have met in the physical, but you know each other better than other people in the real world. And it's so true. I feel a rapport with so many of you, and that's why the comment section is there, because I get to know you. And even if you're not commenting, I know you, because we are one. Just like you're one with your twin. We are one with all. We are telepathic, powerful spiritual beings. And that's why we get guided where we're meant to be, around the people we're meant to be around. Use positive and uplifting words that are attractive to the people around you, in order to have friends be one to others. Will guide you in all of your relationships, including bringing new friends to you. So this is also operating in the energy that you want to receive. Being kind, being loving, being gentle, listening, talking if you need to give advice, but listening. I feel a big message coming through about, having compassion and understanding and taking the time to really pay attention to other people's needs and to your own and what you need by being gentle. And the messages, the thought for today, I have wonderful friends who are, and then you can put in there what you want. I have wonderful friends who are like me. I have wonderful friends who are twin flames. I have wonderful friends who are like-minded. I have wonderful friends who get me. I have wonderful friends who appreciate me for who I am. People naturally like me, and I easily make friends, and I'm a good ally. My angels guide and protect me in all of my relationships. So remember, if your masculine can't be a good friend to you, or a good boyfriend, or a good lover in that moment, there's protection occurring. So if they can't be with you for whatever reason, and this is true with if they have plans with you. If they have plans to meet up with you and then something goes wrong at the last minute and they have to pull out, or things don't quite go to plan, or maybe there's roadworks or a diversion, or something happens to stop them from coming to you or to stop it from taking place. It's usually protection, divine protection, because in that moment, you're just not gelling and you're not operating the same frequency. So it's more likely if you do come together, it's going to cause more harm than good. You may trigger each other, you may have an argument, and it may cause problems that don't need to be there. And the angels know that, so they create this diversion, or they postpone it for another time. And it's okay. And I've been there when, I've had plans. And this happened to me with, I was with a married catalyst before George. And, this is the thing that annoyed me more. It was the fact that it was the run up to it, because, he'd arranged to come over and I'd be planning, I'd be cleaning the house, I'd be making sure I looked amazing, and it might take me 3-4 hours to get everything how I want it to be. And then boom, 2 minutes before, there's that message, I'm not coming. And I'd just be, not really the fact either that he's not coming. It was more the fact that all the preparation, all the things I'd done, they give me fear around this too. Maybe you've experienced this lately, to be there. And you think, I've dropped everything. I've made myself available. and you can't be bothered. And that's what the ego says. But really it's because we felt vulnerable and we made the effort and got things ready. You're like, oh. So, if you look good and you've made the effort, who says you've got to spend the night on your own? You could invite a friend round. You could go and do something. You could enjoy feeling good because you look good and thinking, okay, this is a redirection. It happened once with roadworks as well. He was planning on coming over and he said, I just can't get to you, Liz. There's just roadworks everywhere. And it was true and it was late, because the universe was putting everything in the way so he couldn't come because he was in a negative energy or he wasn't ready for me at that moment. So we have to remember that. Everything has a plan. There's always a reason for all things. So when we see it in a higher way, we can relax and breathe. And most of the time it's because our ego gets bruised. Our inner child doesn't get what it wants in that moment. So we start feeling bad and taking it personally. And instead think, okay, I'm being flexible now and adaptable, no problem. I'm going to do me. I'm not going to stop myself from having a good night because you've stopped from coming over to me. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to live life. I'm going to do me. And that's the difference. And when you start doing that, things will shift and change. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.